Hey, what's up everybody? Prospector here with Watcher Realms. Today we're checking out the Furious Torrent. Now I've finally been able to triple S this boss after all this time as a content creator with all these diamonds and everything. I've been struggling with this so bad. The last guide that I made for this, I was able to get triple S, but I used a test server. So in this one, we're going to be using my global server account and we're showing you how I got past it. It's a little unique, it's a little different. It does involve Ingrid, so that's something to keep in mind, but I will give you some other options to use besides her, so don't worry. But anyways, without further ado, let's dig in. Alright, so first things first, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Alright, so we have Ellie up here. 3.154 million damage. How was it happening? There's a lot of things that are happening here. We have Ingrid at A5. We have Sargak at A4. This would work just like how people use Silas. You just like directly do damage to the boss. Ingrid's gonna be doing a lot of direct damage to the boss. We have Diao Chen in there now as well. I'm pretty sure he's using Yovar as a lord. These two are just off of lords, so they're by themselves. And Diao Chen is able to keep the inspiration effect up on whatever hero she's with or next to all the time. It's less, but it's up all the time, so it's a huge thing. And then we have over here Nyx and Razak, both at A5. Nyx's A5 is very powerful for the Furious Torrent boss. It'll do a lot of damage. I'm guessing that, okay, so Nyx is at 166. Sargak is at 218 million. My goodness. His Ingrid is up here at 78.5, and then even Razak is over 131 million. So the damage is actually pretty spread out, except for Sargak and Nyx. I'm assuming that this one's gonna be somewhat similar, with the Nyx being a little bit lower in damage. Yovar actually picking up a ton. This is actually kind of crazy. And then we have Sargak up here at 214 million again. So it seems to be at these higher awakening levels, he seems to be punching out over 200 million on average. So how am I getting by this boss? Well, first off, you got to know how the boss works. Furious Torrent summons tridents around him. These tridents are going to basically be what is going to do the most of the damage to him. They're going to pop up in front of him and on the sides. You need to take those tridents out. When you take their health down to 0, they'll go up in the air and they're going to attack the Furious Torrent or Pelagios, who is the boss in this. Mari wields the tridents to attack the Furious Torrent and deal massive damage to him. In his initial form, the Furious Torrent summons 3 tridents at each time. In the boss rush phase, the Furious Torrent can revive and summon 2 extra tridents each time, up to 11 total. So you do want to take those out. If you do not take those out, they will do extra damage to you and they can take you out. Furious Torrent wields the power of the ocean to absorb his tridents to deal high damage to all heroes. If you don't take them out, this is exactly what's happening. This annihilating surge. The more tridents absorbed, the higher damage dealt. If the Furious Torrent absorbs more than 10 tridents, all heroes will be instantly killed. So you can't take the damage from 10 tridents. I think 9 would be kind of hard to survive anyways. Pelagic Swarm. Furious Torrent marshals an army of light armored airborne units to surround and protect him. Only by eliminating outer circle monsters can heroes attack the inner circle monsters and the Furious Torrent, or the tridents. The tridents are what you really need to take out. The Furious Torrent will also summon some bonus monsters, by killing which heroes will restore certain HP and rage. There's going to be a green one, and I think it's a red one. I don't remember which color the other one is. But in the boss rush phase, killing monsters grants certain points. Alright, so on to the next one is King's Grace. The Furious Torrent gradually increases the attributes, especially magic resistance, of monsters he summons each time. This makes it very difficult for heroes like Ingrid or I want to say Boreas or Comet or anything like that to be doing a ton of damage to him. So it's a very, very heavy marksman style stage. So let's look at the guides, look at the popular heroes here. Yovar is number 1. That's because he's the Lord or the Marksman or the Piercer's faction. Gives them an extended range, gives them increased damage, is like 50% or 45% total. And yeah, he does some damage as well, so he's much better to bring along than Araka. Nyx, Razak, these ones are very specific. They're actually not that hard to pull, but Nyx, you really want to get Awakened level 3, and Razak, he's hit or miss. I don't think his awakenings are too important, but the way he works is he can do that big smash. It does like 1000% damage, and hopefully you take out some tridents in the meantime because it's AoE. It kind of ignores the enemies. Silas is very popular because he can directly attack the Pelagius boss himself or the Furious Torrent. Same thing with Pelagios. He's doing true damage, and he does that damage way at the end of his attack, so he's always hitting the Furious Torrent. And then Dolores is for the inspiration effect. Ingrid is up here very popular, and that is what has got me to the point where I can break past that triple S, because I did pull myself an Ingrid. Araka is going to be up there because people need it. Hatsuit does a good job. She bounces around her arrows. They what do they call that? I forget what it's called, but as it does that, it drops the defense of them as well, and she does a nice AoE hit. Maul does some freezing. He kind of goes right through the enemies and right to the tridents in the center, so you can use him instead of somebody like Ingrid. And then we have Kai, who's probably getting higher and higher. He's going to need some heavy awakenings to make him very useful and to be skilled out, but he does a good job here now as well. A Lunaria would be like a more free to play option to get that extended range. Setchum will attack the boss in his center more directly. Eloin for rage regen. Sargak, I'm surprised he's down here. Obviously, he's doing a ton of direct damage to the boss. He is quite amazing at it, actually. Hex, same thing. It's going to be to the boss directly, and he'd be able to take out some tridents if nothing else is in his way, but he's not going to be very useful later on in the stage. Alora, Eliza. I don't know why Alora would actually be really good at this at all. Eliza for the extended range, and then Calypso directly attack the boss. Ajax is made the list here. I'm guessing that's for his slows, his drop defense. I think he even does like a magic resistance drop at a certain point, and he does some nice burns. So those are the heroes that people are using the most. Let's go into the challenge here. I'll go over the heroes builds, but for now I'm just going to kind of explain a little bit what's going on here. Yovar, like I said, I have him in there for the Lord bonus mostly. He does do a good amount of damage. At Awaken level 3, he does a lot more damage, so that's something to keep in mind. Him sitting here at A0, he's not doing a ton, but he does take out quite a few of those tridents. Silas is the same thing. He does direct damage to the boss. He ignores his defense, and he just goes in there and just kind of pounds away on those tridents. Nyx. Why is Nyx so good? Well, you'll see when we get into the fight, but she does that AoE hit. If she also has her exclusive, and when she's doing those AoE hits, they sit there and spins for a little bit. A lot of times she's attacking the smaller enemies, but that AoE damage hits the tridents as well and does a ton of damage, and usually takes care of the tridents. Also, for the high awakenings at A3, one of the reasons that she does so well there is because at Awaken level 3, every time she kills a unit, I believe it's Awaken level 3, she restores rage, increases rage by 50 when killing an enemy. So she comes back to it and she just stays in her ultimate form the whole time. Razak has that massive range. He has a bit of slows and a little bit of CC in his kit, but he also has a crazy amount of damage in his ultimate. You can usually get that off twice in between each phase. Ingrid shoots all the way across the map. She does a ton of damage all on her own, so you don't need to really worry about anything. Just put her down and make sure that she's in solar mode, and then just let her go. Just let her go. Don't worry about anything. Dolores is there for inspiration. I want to make sure before I go in, yes, she's in her Wings of Grace set, which is perfect, and she should be in a Golden Scarab. Okay, now let's go into the fight, and I'll kind of explain the best I can what's really going on. But it's really hard to explain everything because it's all a lot. There's a lot happening most of the time. All right, so we're gonna start with Ingrid up here all by herself. We're gonna put Yovar up here, Silas in the middle. I'm gonna put Razak to the right. We're gonna put Nyx over here to the left. Anything that gets past Ingrid, Nyx is gonna take it out. We're gonna put down Dolores in the middle. We're gonna point her towards Nyx to make sure she gets that Wings of Grace buff. Check to make sure. It should be a 12% buff right there. You can go ahead and start activating ults immediately. You want to take down the boss as soon as possible. All the ultimates. Every single one of them. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to activate Dolores here. And we'll hit Yovar again. That should take out the boss. He's now at 0. Get into that boss rush phase as soon as possible, although the counter isn't really up there. I don't know if it really matters or not. Alright, so as soon as these tridents pop up, they should. He didn't do it already, did he? I don't think he did it. Maybe he glitched. That's okay. I'm fine with that. You can glitch all you want. Maybe we just took him out that fast. I might have missed it, but typically I wait for the tridents to pop up before using Razak, because he will penetrate past all of the enemies. And I'm keeping it on 2x. There's not really much to do here, or to explain, I should say. There goes all the tridents. Yeah, it's really quickly how it works, but you can go ahead and hit Razak. We'll hit Yovar, try to keep these guys under control. There's that purple fish that comes down with the flower. Take it out, it gives you rage regen, and you can activate your hero's ults a little bit faster. Don't really need to worry about it. You're either going to take it out or you're not. So you're just going to get it. If you see it, I guess you could try to time it to an extent. That way you could try to activate somebody right before it hits. There's a purple one right there. Nyx should take it out in a second here. And yes, see, everybody's just got a bunch of rage. I was a little slow at getting these guys going. Let's get Silas going again. Get Yovar going again. See, Silas is doing a lot of direct damage because he's just ignoring the boss's defense. That is the key here. These guys will get to a point where you just can't do anything about it. You're just kind of stuck dealing with it, right? We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait until Dolores is ready. Then we're gonna pop Dolores, and we're gonna hit Razak. Then we'll hit Silas. Then we'll hit Yovar, and we'll get Nyx going. Kind of pray that they take that out up there. Come on, there you go. Last spear has been taken out. So far, so good. Wait till the spears come up. Activate Yovar so that you can take out whatever spear you can here. And we'll also hit Razak a little early this time. And we'll hit Yovar again. And Silas and Nyx. Sorry, I'm just doing this kind of quickly like this. I feel like most people know how the stage works for the most part. If you don't, I do have another video that explains it a little bit more in detail. I am trying to do my best here to explain this, but you can see also, while we're here, Ingrid is attacking and she's going all the way across the map, so her range is limitless. She usually does one tile to the left, one tile to the right on that solar flare. It goes all the way through here. So as long as she's able to actually do damage to these tridents, as you can see, she just did it right there. All of these tridents took damage. It wasn't a ton, but it's enough. It's enough. We're at SS plus right now. See, Nyx just comes back to her ultimate immediately. It's so amazing. We're gonna give Dolores inspiration. Then we're gonna activate Razak. Hopefully take out a couple of these tridents in the middle. There we go. We just hit triple S. Wouldn't that be cool to actually be able to... Come on, take out a spear, take out a spear, take out a spear. Oh, okay, so we lost a couple of heroes, but we did get triple S. We're in pretty good shape here. 2.02, I think that might be my record actually right now, to be honest with you. And you can see, even if you had all the heroes on the map at this point, taking them out, these enemies, it's just not gonna happen. Look at all this health that they have. Nyx just pounded on those guys, and there's just so much, only so much you can do. All right. So let's look at the results. Is this a new high score or not? Nope, it is not. 2.02. I think it was 2.03 maybe I had before. I don't remember. Anyways, next, let's check out the stats. Nyx coming at 208. Razak at 71. Ingrid is sitting here at 67.4, but most of her damage is to the Tridents and the Furious Torrent himself. Silas right around 38 to 40. This is actually pretty typical. Unfortunately, I wonder maybe if we boost up his attack percentage a little bit more, maybe that would help, but he's sitting in full crit damage set right now. Yovar, mine's sitting at 36.7. I'm not really sure how that guy got that Yovar so high in damage, but we get triple S. I'm happy with it. Eventually, I'm going to have to sit down and grind and really figure out how to push this score so I can be a part of the top 100 because I love pushing the leaderboards. Anyways, into the gear. We'll start with Yovar. Yovar is pretty straightforward. It's going to be Soulbound Arcana. Attack percentage for the main stats. For crit rate, crit damage, and flat attack, preferably we would have some attack speed in here, but he's not a main priority as far as damage goes, so I must have been short on gear and Soulbound Arcana. Onto the amulet, attack bonus, attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, flat attack would be ideal on all the pieces pretty much. Same thing here. Warlord on the left side, attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage. And on the breastplate, we're looking for crit rate, crit damage, attack bonus, and flat attack. On to the artifact is going to be a Spirit Siphon, and total stats coming in at 18.7k attack, 1.3 second attack interval, and 304% crit damage. So let's move on to Silas, shall we? Now this is the one, he's going to be an Infernal Roar set. I think he would do better in having at least 2 pieces of attack percentage, but he is in all crit damage. These are nice pieces. They're attack speed, crit rate, attack bonus, and flat attack. I believe, nope, he has a rage regen one here. And then this one is not quite as ideal, but it does have a really high attack percentage roll. Left side is going to be Warlord, attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, and then attack bonus, crit rate, and crit damage on the breastplate as well. Total stats are coming at 12.66k, 1.2 second attack interval, and right around 423.5% crit damage. I think that could be a lot lower and just boost up his attack a lot more. I think we could probably do better. On the artifact is another Spirit Siphon. Nyx. So we're going for the Wicked Vengeance set on the left side. I'll explain that in just a minute, but we are going for Soulbound Arcana. Make sure we get that full boost. She's very important in this team. She's going to be doing most of the damage, and for that reason I try to focus the gear on her for the most part. Attack bonus, attack speed, crit rate, crit damage. Flat attack would be a priority, just like this across the board. All 3 pieces should look like that. Attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, flat attack. On the left side we have Wicked Vengeance, crit rate, crit damage, attack bonus, and flat attack. And the main reason that we're doing this is because you can get a quad roll on the weapon. This is only possible on the Wicked Vengeance exclusive gear pieces. So attack speed, crit rate, attack bonus, and crit damage. Total stats, we are coming in with 19k attack, 2 second attack interval, and 348.5% crit damage. And the artifact, we're running her Scarlet Dagger exclusive, so increases her AoE damage by 19% and gains a 17% penetration during the ultimate. That penetration is key, is the same as the actual reason why we're not using a sharpshooter's crest instead. Now, since Razak is right here, we're gonna go over to his. You can see he was using his exclusive as well. Upon casting ult, decreases damage taken by 40% and damage dealt by 30%. So it's a really nice piece. We're looking at 30% damage increase. The damage coming into him is not really a big deal. Soulbound Arcana set on the right side, same kind of gear, attack bonus, attack speed, crit rate, crit damage. We have some rage regen in here to have that come back a little bit faster. Same thing on this piece here. And this one has a flat attack roll instead of rage regen. So we're going for Wicked Vengeance on the left side, attack speed, crit rate, attack bonus, and crit damage. That's the same quad roll. And then we're looking at crit rate, crit damage, and attack bonus. Flat attack would be more ideal than HP percentage. I believe the total stats are 18k, crit capped, 2 second attack interval, and 325% crit damage, 51% rage regen. Now, Ingrid, the main girl of the hour. You wouldn't think this make much of a difference. I prefer to have Pelagios. I would rather have Pelagios than Ingrid. I think he would do better as a base awakening level than Ingrid does at A0. If Ingrid is at A3 and then when she gets those max stacks and then every other attack she does as Solar Flare, she might be able to take down a lot more of those tridents. But as it is right now, she's just able to do it every 5 hits. So on the gear Infernal Roar, all of those Solar Flares are considered basic attacks because you're not using your ultimate while you do it. So we're looking for attack bonus, attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, attack and flat attack. This is the same substats and main stats you want on all 3 pieces. I believe I might have accomplished that. Yes, we did on all 3 pieces for Infernal Roar on the right side. On the left side, we're going for Warlord this time. Attack bonus, crit rate, and crit damage. And then attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, and flat attack. The reason for this is she's doing magic damage. Now they do have increased magic resistance, so you really need to get her attack really, really high to get past that magic resistance. Total stats, I'll go to artifact quick. Artifact's gonna be Tear Twilight, increases her attack by another 30%. I think she even does a little bit of true damage, so having her attack really high is good to have anyways. 27, well, right around 27, 26.7k attack. We have 1.8 second attack interval and 295.5% crit damage. As you can see, I was really focusing on attack much more than crit damage. Attack speed does help as well. Now with Dolores. Dolores can be an invigoration, same stats that you would see here, but in this case we're going with Wings of Grace. It has an extra 12% instead of 10, and her ultimate comes back much more consistently. It's rid of the RNG. All you're looking for is attack bonus, flat attack, and rage regen across the board. Attack bonus, flat attack, and rage regen. Same thing here, attack bonus and flat attack and rage regen, although this is an awful roll. On the left side, you want to go with the Calamity set or Warlord set. Get that extra 25% attack to help boost your inspiration as high as possible. Attack bonus is going to be here is 26.5%, very nice, and a flat attack roll on the breastplate. On the weapon, you can't get dual flat attack, and the main stat for the weapon is set in place at 960. You can't change that, so all you can get is the highest attack percentage roll that you have. You got one with some rage regen, go for it. That's all the better. On the artifact we saw before, Golden Scarab, that's for the attack increase of 5% and rage regen increase by 50. Oh, all right. So I think that's all you guys really needed to see. I've covered everything I could possibly think of covering for the Plagios Furious Torrent boss. This is the first time after how many days have I been playing this? I want to say, hold on, I give you like 400 plus days. Where is it here? Daily sign in. 500 plus days. We're at 529 days. And I've just finally been able to triple S the Furious Torrent boss. So if you are hard stuck on this boss at S or A or whatever you're at, do not feel bad. It's very, very difficult and very specific on one of the heroes that you need to get it done. But if you have these heroes, hopefully I gave you enough information to help you get it done. And I hope you're successful. But anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, remember to join the Discord if you need any help with team comps, anything, have any questions about anything Watcher of Realms, please feel free to join the Discord and ask in the general chat. The community is amazing in there and they're always willing to help, and they try to be as friendly as they possibly can. And we try to make sure that they stay friendly too. We also have hero guides, stage guides, tier guides, price guides, takeovers, everything is in there right in the Discord for you to enjoy. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for this video, and until next time, keep digging.